welcome. Thanks for joining me today on my first yoga video. Today what you're going to need is a block to sit on or a cushion and a strap or tie or belt. Let's get started. Soften your shoulders, bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes. We'll just bring our mind attention to our breath as we follow the breath as it enters and exits the body. So with eyes gently closed, we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to soften. Inhale, feeling a rooting sensation of the sit bones in the block and lengthening up through the crown of the head to the ceiling, and exhaling to soften while maintaining that length. And if you want to extend your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales, you can do that. Let's take a few more breaths. Notice where your body is receiving your breath. Notice that your breath is going to expand at all sides of your ribs. So the sides, your front, the backs of your ribs, not just your chest or shoulders, but we want to expand the sides of the ribs, maybe even allowing the belly to extend. A couple more breaths. And this breath work just brings us back to our center. It just grounds us a little bit before we get started in our movement. And that we can use the breath anytime we're feeling like anxious or excited. The breath is a great vehicle to just sort of ground us and bring us back to the present moment. Your mind will go places. It's its job. But our job is then to just notice where our mind goes and to bring it back. To begin again. Over and over. Two more breaths. Inhale. Release your hands to your lap. Bring your right hand to the right and your left hand to the left. Take your right ear to your right shoulder and stretch out the left neck. Left fingertips are reaching towards the floor as your right ear roots down towards the right shoulder. Just hold. Again, coming back to the breath. When your mind wanders, we're just going to slightly turn that gaze down towards the floor. Gaze comes back to center, and we'll bring the head back to center. Fingertips grazing the floor, and we'll take the left ear to the left shoulder. Reaching out to the right with the right fingertips. Feeling the sensation of the stretch happening on the right neck, the right side of the neck rather. And you're going to go to a stretch that feels a bit of relief, and just a nice stretch, not so much pain, but just a deep stretch. And when you're ready, you can turn your gaze down to the left knee. just changes the stretch just a little. And then we'll come back up to center, and then bring your head back to center. Let's move the shoulders back for 4 nice big circles. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Let's go the other way. Bring them forward for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Right hand to the floor. Let's tilt your body over to the right. So looking forward in our first one, just keeping your left bum on the block, tilting over to the right, stretching out the left side body. And then turn your gaze, lastly, up towards the ceiling. And then back to center. Come back up to center. Left hand comes to the floor, and right arm comes up, and we tilt over to the left. Looking forward to start. Keeping a grounding sensation of the right bum into the block still, or the cushion. And then turn your gaze up to the ceiling. And then back up to center. Good. Let's come off the block. And we'll come to hands and knees. Let's warm up the body first. So fingers are spread wide. And with a rooting down of the palms, particularly the thumb mound and the Peter Pointer mound, hold those down and then externally rotate your arms so that your biceps face the wall in front of you. So shoulder blades are resting on your back ribs. And you've got this length happening through your spine at the same time. Tuck your toes under and lift your knees 1 inch from the floor. What you don't want to do is round the back to come into that position. We want to keep the spine long, and then lift the knees and hold. And you'll feel some heat generated here because the core is working, the hip flexors are working. And we're going to hold for about 8 more, and 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, toes down. Let's move into our cat-cow. So looking forward, let your belly drop, send your bum back. Inhale here. On your exhale, chin to chest. Look right down towards your thighs. Press your hands into the floor and let your shoulder blades slide off your back as you lift your rib cage up, lift the navel, and tuck the tail last. Inhale, bum goes back, opening up the front body, and head comes up last. Exhale, chin to chest. Press the hands into the floor, lift, lift, and tuck the tail last. Inhale, bum goes back, opening up, and head comes up last. Do 2 more on your own time. With your breath. And back to center. We'll do our balancing table here. So your gaze is going to be at the top of your mat. Take your right leg back. As your right leg goes back, lift the navel just enough to feel a toning sensation in the belly, and then float the left arm forward and hold. Notice how much muscles are required to hold this position. It's a good balancing pose here. Take one more breath in. Exhale to hold. And then release both hand and arm. Float the left leg back up. Engaging the belly, almost as if you're drawing the fronts of your hip bones towards each other. Lifting the navel, softening the shoulders, float your right arm forward. And hold. Noticing your breath. Take one more breath in. Exhale fully. And then release. Tuck your toes under. Walk up the mat just a little. Tuck your toes under and then extend the right leg long and then place the right foot on the floor. Bring the left knee beside the right knee. With hands underneath your shoulders, lift your bum and hips up towards the ceiling. You may have to walk in slightly. With your knees bent, move your body back towards your thighs. In this position, start to take your left heel down and then your right heel down. So we're just going to pedal out the heels one at a time. Feeling the sensation of the stretch in the calf, in the back of the leg. And then bring both heels up together. Knees are still bent. Shift forward into a high plank position. And if you need to adjust your feet or hands for your high plank, that's where you want your feet and hands in your downward dog. Hold your position for 4 and 3. Externally rotate your upper arms to keep your shoulder blades on your back ribs. Keep your belly lifting, and then on your next exhale, shift back to a downward facing dog position. Knees can be bent slightly, and then let's walk the heels out again. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and take both heels a little bit closer down towards the floor. And then bend your knees a little bit more. Move your belly back towards your thighs more. And then bring your knees down. Good job. Bring your right foot forward. Both hands to your right thigh. Take your left toes down. Press both hands into your thigh so that we almost get a rounding sensation in the spine. So it's almost like that cat-cow, the cat-cow rounding position that we were doing on the floor. Rounding here to get a stretch in the left front of the left hip. Tailbone is long, belly is lifting up and in. And then from there, we can soften our shoulders and look forward. You can stay here if you'd like, option to take the arms up, softening the whole time. Hold for 4 and 3, 2, and release. Hands are going to come back to your thigh. Stay here, soften shoulders. And then shift back slightly. Maybe move your right foot back a little. And then without moving your knee, we're just going to actively move the knee away from your body. So to get a little bit more of a stretch in the left hip, take the knee back behind you that way, without actually moving your leg. You'll feel a little bit more stretch in the left hip flexor, which we want. We're going to hold for 4 and 3, 2 and 1, and then bring the left hand to the floor and low twist to the right. Look up, keep your spine low, and then release and come back. Shift your bum back. We're going to switch sides. Take the left foot forward, both hands to your left thigh. Oops. Press your right toes into the floor. Press your hands into your thigh to get a little bit more of that cat sensation. So I'm rounding my spine, as you can see a little, tucking my tail down, and my belly's lifting up and in. And then from there, once I've got that set in my hip, I can then soften my shoulders. I'm still active down here in my hip, my right thigh is moving back. Option to take the arms up. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back to your thigh. Hold here for a moment, soften shoulders. Shift back just slightly, maybe move your left foot back with you. So I'm a little bit more directly above my right knee, not maybe directly, but in the direction of. And then I'm going to actively move my right leg without actually moving it. It's like kind of an isometric contraction, moving that right leg back to feel this stretch. Tailbone long, and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we come forward, right hand comes to the floor, and we twist up to the left. It's a nice twist. And then back to center. Release, back to center, both legs, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Start to walk your hands up to your feet up to your hands. Walk up and up. Once we're together, fingertips might touch the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your fingertips to the floor. Tuck your chin right into your chest. And then notice that your heels are pressing into the floor. You might lift your toes a little so that your heels root down. Keep your big toe mounds down, and then rise up with a long spine as you inhale and exhale, hands at heart. And we'll just do a vinyasa here. Inhale, circle the arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, and down. Fingertips to the floor, step back, left foot, left knee to the floor. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, release the arms. Fingertips to the floor, step forward, left foot, step back, right foot, right knee to the floor. Inhale, arms, and exhale, release the arms, untuck, and release. Come back up to center, root down, rise, circle the arms up, and exhale, hands at heart. We'll do one more. Inhale, circle. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, left knee to the floor. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, step up. Exhale to hold. Inhale, step back, right foot. Exhale, right knee to the floor. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release. Inhale, step up, right foot. And exhale to hold. Fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hands at heart. Good, let's take it down. Grab your strap, please, or your tie. And we'll just finish off with a nice little stretch here. On the floor, bring both knees into your chest and rock from side to side. And then take your strap, wrap it around your right foot. Left leg goes long on the floor. You can move your elbows in towards each other rather than having them out here. It's okay to bring your elbows in towards each other. Gets your shoulders in a better position. Move your right knee bent and then straighten. And then bend the knee and straighten and hold. So moving the right knee towards straight, point your right toes, flex your right foot, Point your right toes and flex your foot and hold. Coming back to your breath. Bend your right knee. Switch legs. Left goes into the strap, right leg goes long. Elbows move in towards each other. And then bend your left knee and straighten. And bend and straighten. Point your left toes. Flex your left foot. Point your toes. Flex your foot and hold. And once again, coming back to the breath. And then bend your left knee and release the strap. Reach on the insides of your knees. Bring your head, neck, shoulders up. Look forward. Reach in. Grab the outsides of your feet. Soles of the feet go up towards the ceiling. Knees come down towards the floor. And coming into a happy baby position. Hold for 4. And 3. 2. And 1. And release. Bring both legs long. Take your legs outstretched on the floor. Arms are on the floor. Close your eyes. Let's just finish in about 30 seconds to a 1-minute Shavasana. Back to your breath, moving your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead. Inhale. And then on your exhale, turn to your right or left side. And come back to seated position. Notice if any of those stretches felt good for you, and if they did, you might want to do those every day or a couple times a day. But anyways, there's a lot of good stretches in there. Bring your hands to your heart. Allow your shoulders to soften. Close your eyes and take a moment for gratitude.